Welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to go over some things about Ashford. I'm finishing up my 8th class. I have had art, government, English, and digital literacy for life in the workplace, and some other ones that are these are all prerequisites. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they're classes that you have to take in order to complete your degree. I'm taking a bachelor's in social and criminal justice, and let me tell you, it is going very smoothly. It is not hard at all, in my opinion. Now, if you are not a very good writer and you don't have very good sentence structure, as you get into each class, you will improve. So it will be a little bit harder for those that are not very good with English. Like I said, such as sentence structure, where to put, commas and not exclamation points. I don't know how to explain it, but pretty much if you're not a very good writer, it's going to be a little bit more challenging for you because this school is pretty much strictly writing. You're going to do a very, very extensive writing. It's writing. That's all it is. Typing, I should say. So it's better than actual writing because it's not so hard on the hands. But so anyways, here is my overview for my. I'll have my student portal, and under the modules you will see week 1, and it will tell you what you're going to do for week 1, and then it will tell you what you're going to do for week 2, week 3, and week 4, and week 5. Each class is 5 weeks long. So for my government class, my last week, let me give you an example. What I'm working on is the 5th week in my government class. It's called Politics, American Government. I do 2 discussions, a quiz, and then I do an end of course survey, which is pretty simple, and then a final paper, which is worth 20 points. Now the final paper, you don't just start on it your 5th week. You get the whole 5 weeks to help work on your final paper. For example, you will have each class, you will have a final project or paper, and during that whole course, that is what you're going to work off of to build. You're going to slowly build each week work towards your final project for that class. So for the week 1, we did a outline. For week 2, we did week 1 we did an annotated bibliography where we find our sources that we need. Week 2 we did an outline, which really helped a lot to build my final paper. I worked off my outline. Week 3 we did like an interactive assignment, and week 4, interactive assignments is where you just watch videos and then you take a short quiz at the end. Week 4, we did a rough draft of our paper, and week 5 is going to be the final paper that we turn in. I never made good grades in school. Then again, I never tried. But for some reason, I am so dedicated to this because I know what the future is going to hold for me if I stick with it and try my hardest. But I'm getting a grade point average of 3.4, which I think is pretty good. All my classes I've gotten an A, except for one of the communications class, because the instructor was a little bit picky. But most of them are pretty lenient, and they will help you along the way. You have an Ashford Writing Center where you can turn in your final projects or any work before you actually turn them in. So you can get like 2 chances, which is great. So you can get a Ashford Writing Center, where you turn it in, is actually, Ashford Writing Center is something that helps you. It has all kinds of resources for you to help with your work. The Ashford Writing Center, you can also turn in your papers to get a live tutoring, where they will look over your paper and tell you what you need to fix before you actually turn it into your instructor, which is awesome. The tests, they're open book tests, and they range from 10 to 15 questions. So that's pretty easy. Each class, you have your dashboard, and it will tell you what you have coming up. So all I have to do is a discussion and a final paper, and then my class is done. So it'll tell you, you have a calendar that will help you organize how you want to do it. But I do one assignment every single day, and it works out perfectly. I don't feel overworked or nothing. And you want to work on your final project like daily. So do an assignment each day if you want to, and then work on your final paper a little bit each day as well. Let's see. My daughter is just... okay, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. When I say discussion, you'll get a little tiny assignment. I call it tiny because it's nothing compared to like the final papers or anything. And it's just threads, like discussion threads. You'll have to do something, and all the students will see it. There's no videos, it's just writing. And these are the only assignments that your students will see. There'll be 2 discussions for each week of the classes. And the discussion 1, for example, is, what was your experience like utilizing Ashford's Writing Center? Did you find the feedback they provided helpful for your final paper? So you just give your insight on how Ashford Writing Center, how did you like it? How was your experience utilizing that? And then you have to respond to 2 students about their posts. So you get to read all the students' posts and respond to 2 of them at least at 100 words each. And then your discussion posts have to be anywhere from 100 to 300 words, and it will tell you how many words that you need for each one. So that's pretty much how the easy ones are. The 100 words ones are more like opinions, which are easy. The 300 word discussions are where you have to do some research, and let's see, like for discussion 1, the other discussion, that was 300 words. Describe voter ID laws in a state of your choosing. Summarize any recent developments or controversies regarding voter ID laws in the state you have chosen. Analyze and describe the pros and cons on both sides. Is voter fraud a major problem for our democracy? Analyze the impact that media has had in influencing public opinion. And how was the Trump-Clinton election in 2016 impacted by voter laws and the media? And that one was 300 words, and you just write out those answers. And you also get help with APA formatting. APA formatting is how a paper should be. Like APA formatting is properly citing references. Major thing in Ashford University and other schools is plagiarism. If you take any words or any words that are like the words that you researched, you need to put in parentheses the last name of the author with a comma and their date and the date of the research after any paragraphs that you included their resources, like their words, and if you use their exact words, you have to put parentheses around, like the little parentheses around their words. They spoke it, not you. So